What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Brandon Dude here. We have something to talk about. So recently I attended the Alliance Inside Sneak Peek at my locals. This was also locals I got to play after quite a bit of time, not a very long time, just maybe a few weeks. But going back to these locals, obviously I had to take out my actual branded cards and then just decide whether I wanted to make any changes. And I decided I don't want to stick to grass or obviously I'm still playing 60 cards, but I do want to stick to just grass and maybe just the previous builds where we had thrust, droplet, and super poly, whatever, you guys see my videos and my deck list. So I decided it's time for me just to try out hand traps, because with Alliance Inside here we got support, just a little support for Malice, Rajal. We also got new cards that are in. So we have the Mitsurugi, which also got some support. We also got Regenesis, a new archetype, which honestly was absolutely insane at the sneak peek. The way they could just flood the board. Honestly, Regenesis is like the next Kashtira, except the only difference is they're not banishing stuff or face down from your extra deck or field. But yeah, we got new archetypes coming in, things are changing, and if you're not changing your deck, what are you doing, guys? So here I decided, let me just test out some hand traps again. So yeah, you'll see this is going to be a decklist video, so I'm going to run through exactly what I played, talk about how this deck did at the locals. But yeah guys, I decided let me just show a deck list of what I played. So hopping on straight into it, so obviously 60 card build here. You guys know I'm just that 60 card branded sort of player. I've played between 40 to 50, but honestly 60 cards, I have no issues with 60 card. Do I brick? Not all the time. There's a good chance where I am going to see plays, and honestly I have no issues with playing 60 cards. So here guys, obviously we're going to play 3 Albaz. That's pretty standard. We are playing 2 Cartesias and 1 Quem. I'll explain why this 1 Quem in a bit. 1 Golden Sword Soul, 1 Mercuria, and 1 Albion the Shrouded. We're not playing the Allure package in this build because we had to make space for hand traps, which are not dark attributes, so I don't want to run the risk of not drawing into a dark monster. So we swapped the Allure package just for Foolish Burial and Gold Sock, just putting those there for the consistency. Cool, we have the 3 Alubas, the 1 Tragedy, 1 Adlib, standard Despia package here, and we are playing, I guess you could say this is a high bestial count: 3 Bestial Libellions, Serenia, 1 Mag, and 1 Jerusalem. I was very happy with this bestial package. Even though I was playing 60 card build, I did always see most of the time a bestial in my opening hand or my next draw. So I'm very happy with this bestial build. Just to let you know, at the locals we played 4 rounds. I went up against Infernoid, there was Fire King, Endymion, as well as Kashtira Mimigu. There was a Rajal player, but I did not end up versing him. And there's also someone who was playing Dragon Link. There was Unchained, what's that deck? I guess it was Cyber Dragon, Kashtira, Fiendsmith, with Cyber Dragon getting the new support. So yeah, we had a wide variety of different decks. But yeah, bestial package, even though the decks that I went up against, there weren't a lot of heavy lights and darks where the bestials could come in. But honestly, with the performance of bestials, just being able to see them was just good enough for me. So yeah, always saw a bestial here and there. And for the hand traps, we are playing 3 Ash, 3 Drow, 3 Nibirus, as well as 3 Imperms. So yeah, honestly, the reasons why I chose this is because Nibiru, I know for Raijo they do have the field spell, and they do actually summon quite a bit. They really do summon a lot before they actually even get the field spell, depending on how the Raijo player plays their combos. But Nibiru, just to help break the board, and it also helps because when I was playing the branded build where there was no hand traps, honestly, if you were going second, you were having to go up against a fully set up board. And honestly, I decided, Nibiru, we're not in a format where now crossout is at 3 anymore. Talents is only at 1. Sure, there is thrust at 3, which they can use, but crossout is not really going to be a thing anymore. Honestly, I mean, sure, maybe someone wants to play the 1 crossout, but honestly, Nibiru, and actually not even Nibiru, hand traps are going to go hard. Hand traps are going to go so hard this format right now. So I decided Nibiru, 1, break the board, just remove the monsters on the field so there's less cards for the branded engine to have to deal with. So Nibiru is there as a board breaker. Ash Blossom, Ash is Ash. We don't know what that's with Drow. draw is mainly there because sometimes I don't know what I'm going up against. Also, the side deck was a bit tough to have to organize here. But draw, I mean, you're going to stop your opponent from searching a lot of cards. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. And you never know when you're going up against Mermail and Atlanteans, but honestly, stopping your opponent from searching a lot can help you in not allowing them to search for follow-up and any other engine pieces that they may need. So yeah, Droll is there. I was thinking of putting Veilers instead because, you know, I am playing Bestials, so Veilers having a light in the graveyard could help me, but I felt that it was overall fine with this deck list. So Droll is there. Droll is Droll. Droll is honestly good this format. Stop a lot of searching, depending on your matchup as well, but pretty good to main deck. And 3 Imperms, yeah. Imperms, I was thinking of whether I should just play Fake Veilers in the place of Imperms, but honestly, I decided, you know what, Imperm is Imperm. Obviously, the only issue with Imperm is if I play Nib and I have Nibiru's on the field, that will prevent me from using an Impermanence. So, yeah, anyways, you know, maybe I'll swap these out for Fake Veilers or make space for Veilers another time. But yeah, these were the sets of hand traps. Did I see these hand traps? Absolutely. In the Viking matchup, I did see Ash and Imperm as well. So honestly, these two did help to stop my opponent from Ponix from getting access to the field spell. I mean, was it a field spell? Yeah, getting access to the Viking Sanctuary, one of those two, whatever it searches, and Ash Blossom just to help stop my opponent drawing 2 of Extravagance. So yeah, did see the hand traps quite a bit. They did come up. Honestly, yeah, they did have an impact. But yeah, I was overall happy with the performance of these hand traps in deck. Draw was a card I never used. Maybe I did see it. I think I only saw it once, but it never came up, so didn't really make a difference. But Draw is there, you know. I'm very happy to play Draw in the main deck. So yeah, that is Monsters Golden Soto because we have the one Quem. Golden Soto, as you know, can reborn Cartesia or Quem from either graveyard or summon it from hand. And honestly, we are playing the Regained as also, even though we have one Quem, we are going to prioritize trying to recycle Quem if we can. So yeah, one Quem here. Now onto the spells and traps. We have obviously the one Brand Fusion discard. Honestly, guys, I think it's never going to 3 because soon we're going to get Dragon Tail. There's going to be the new Art Magia archetype, if I'm pronouncing it right. So honestly, Brand Fusion going to 3 is going to make fusions just absolutely cracked. In a way, might be wrong, but yeah, Brand Fusion to 1. Honestly, Brand Fusion to 1 doesn't feel too bad. Konami can leave it at 1, it's fine. 2 High Spirits, obviously, one would be I was trying to fill up my deck with 60 cards. And I also decided, you know, we are playing quite a big bestial package, so rather let me just increase High Spirits to 2, so it increases our chance of seeing this. Obviously, relying on 1, yeah, there's a very high chance I may struggle to actually see this. So we are playing 2 High Spirits, 1 Brand Red. I was thinking of taking out the second copy of High Spirits for 1 Brand Red, but I decided, you know what, let's just believe that 1 Brand Red is fine. And yes, yesterday 1 Brand Red was totally fine. Didn't miss the second copy. 1 Brandon White lost. Obviously, we have 3 openings Regained, and also I am playing the Branded Beast in terms of, like, you know, Branded Beast and Regained is technically part of the Bestial package. So yeah, playing Beast. I know this is a card that doesn't see a lot of plays, but I decided, you know what, Brandon really needs a way to be able to destroy cards on the field, you know, not just relying on the extra deck like Chaos Star Source or Bowl of Furious or Chimera. So yeah, we are playing Branded Beast there. We are playing the Banishment and Retribution. Obviously, these are pretty standard here. So those are the branded spells and traps. We are playing the one Kolbai, as I mentioned, Foolish Barrier on Goldsock for the consistency because we're not playing Allures. 3 Fusion deployments. I decided to main deck Harpy's Feather Duster. The reason why is because, sure, I am not playing Thrust in this build whatsoever. No Thrust because I decided let me make space for it. Make space for hand traps by taking out Thrust. And obviously, if we're going first, right, Thrust can be a dead card in your hand if your opponent doesn't activate a monster effect whatsoever. There is a very high chance that they actually will because, you know, Charmies are a thing. And hand traps are going to be all over the place. And Bestials as well. But, you know, there's a good chance Thrust could be a dead card in your hand. So I decided to put Thrust in my side deck here for when we're going second, you know, to search for Lightning Storms or I guess whatever other cards in this build we need. But Harpies is in the main deck because honestly there have been when I was sorting out this build, there were cases where I decided, you know, if I had a Harpies in my main deck, I would feel a lot more better like just playing through a board because that's where you immediately have something just to remove your opponent's back row. So yeah, Harpies in the main build. Just as there's a board breaker. We have 3 Super Polys, pretty standard. Honestly, Super Poly did come up quite a bit. The only issue is here with Super Poly, I did take out Mud Dragon and Garura from my extra deck, and there was a situation where it's needing a Mud Dragon that come up. I swear, every time I take out one of those two monsters, I end up in a duel where I regret taking either Mud Dragon or Garura, honestly. But yeah, I decided not to play Mud Dragon, Garura as Super Poly targets because Super Poly would be much stronger against Malice because all of them are just dark monsters. So you could honestly just play Garura. They're all cybers most of the time. So yeah, that is there for that. But yeah, extra deck was a bit tight. That's all I can say. So 3 Super Polys, 1 Talent. This Talent was also a card where I needed to fill up my card X60 card deck list with something. So I decided, you know what, let's put that 1 Talent in there. Did Talents come up? Absolutely. Yeah, helped me to draw 2. The draw 2 also baited out Ash Blossom, where I was going second. Going second against Mimikyu. I had Talents and I also sided in Thrust. So I had Talents, attempt to draw 2, baited out Ash, and I just went Thrust for Brand of Fusion. So yeah, Talents, very happy with this. So yeah, we have this card, Dragon's Mind. This trap card is also the other reason why Quem is at 1. When I was trying to make up this space here, I decided, you know what, Quem, I'll reduce this to 1 because we do have Regained, we have Golden Sword Source, and obviously this is a Despia, so Branded in red and Banishment could help you basically get this back on the field or in hand. So I decided, you know what, let me reduce this to 1 to play Dragon's Mind. Now Dragon's Mind, I never saw this card at the locals, not once, didn't even see it. But I did feel like, you know, this is a good trap card for our build because we have the Bestials, which have 2,500 attack, and also mainly it's just 2,500 attack. Our fusion monsters have 2,500 attack as well. Most of our fusions do meet the criteria for this trap card to be activated. So I decided, you know what, this is a good trap card for our build. Is it a card that Branded should play? I don't know. I mean, we do have Brightest Blazing Branded King, to be honest, but you know, having something as a counter trap negate would be pretty cool. Honestly, would be pretty good. I'm not sure if you need to play more than one of this, maybe 3. I don't know. Depends on your build. Honestly, if you were crazy, you could go Grass, play 3 of this, mill this, use this effect to set, or play 1, mill it, and then use this effect to set it. You know, you could honestly do that. But yeah, I decided to play this trap card. Never saw this once though. Honestly, I didn't feel like I was missing it or needed. There was a situation where I was going up against Endymion. I think it was game number 2 or 3. I went first. What happened was I used Banishment to set up Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Cool. My opponent went Thrust, and obviously it was mandatory channeling to Lad to negate. My opponent then hit me with Forbidden Chalice. So honestly, in that situation, having a counter trap to negate the Chalice, that would have been pretty good for us there. But we didn't see this trap. I'm not sure if I should play this at maybe 2 or 3. Who knows? Not really sure. Sure, we actually could, because you know we have a lot of Bestials. This card could actually come up quite a lot, but you know, we'll see. Apologies there for that weird cut, but yeah, playing that trap card, we didn't really see us at once, but some further testing, we'll see how many ratios. And also, you guys let me know, do you think this is a trap card that Branded should be playing? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I never saw this, but yeah, that's what it is. Side deck, you will see here, my side deck is mainly, a lot of it is just built for Malice. We have 3 Lanciers, 3 Chaos Hunters. Honestly, there was no Malice there. So yeah, these cards didn't come up at all. But yeah, that's there just for Malice. I didn't want to rely just on Lancia, to be honest. But there are 3 Chaos Hunters there just to help us with it. 1 Masquerade, Time Card, 2 Lightning Swarms, because we are playing the Thrust package. And honestly, having back row removal in this format is going to be so huge. Because honestly, the main problem is having to deal with the back row. When it comes to Rajio, to Field Spell, and who knows, maybe they have Imperm set. When it comes to Malice, get rid of their Malice trap cards. So you know, those trap cards just end up just being used immediately most of the time, generally. And honestly, yeah, these do get rid of monsters. As also, honestly, yeah, this is what we have them for. We don't play Evenly anymore because I don't want to give up my battle phase anymore. Evenly is a very strong board breaker, honestly, good board breaker to be playing, but I don't want to give up my battle phase any longer. So yeah, and then we also have Sanctum, Different Dimension Ground, and D-Barrier, because we are playing the Thrust package. Obviously, this depends on which your matchup, each of these cards. So yeah, we have pretty much set up for Malice and a little bit of Rajio, I guess. When it comes to Rajio, we do have the main deck as which can help. Obviously, with the addition of hand traps, that helps us a little bit more. But yeah, that is the side deck. When it comes to extra deck, listen, no, not nothing has changed. We have the Albulenitus, against Blue Eyes, and then standard 2 Albions, Priscinion, and Quiritus, the Despia fusions. Yeah, so honestly, when it comes up, I don't know. Priscinion is sometimes there to help you deal with banishing or stealing your opponent's Rigel detonator if it's in the graveyard. So honestly, when it comes to Rigel, once you banish that detonator, that's it. I mean, what else are they going to do? I don't know what more Rigel can do if it's the pure build. When it comes to Rigel Mitsurugi, Proskinio can come up because honestly the detonators are light. Mitsurugi is a dark attribute, and just with a Lubo or Quem, Super Poly, boom, go into Proskinio. That's really all you need. So yeah, 1 Grand Gugnol. Because we're not playing any lock, 1 Grand Gugnol will do just fine. Chimera, I was previously playing the Bowlord Fusion, but I decided, we're playing hand traps. So having Chimera can help you draw, hopefully, into your hand traps. I decided to put that in place of Furious. Chaos Starsos does come up sometimes. Listen, some cards cannot be destroyed unless you target them. So Chaos Starsos is there exactly for that. Lad is Lad. 1 Rebellion, 2 Mirror Jades. I initially was going to play 1 Mirror Jade and replace the other copy for Sanctifier. But because I knew the types of decks that would be played on my locals, mainly, I was kind of worried about the Kashtira engine, I decided to play 2 Mirror Jades. When I was going up against the Kashtira Mimigu player, he literally banished both my Mirror Jades before I could even bring one out. Banished both my Mirror Jades. But that didn't stop me. We still played. Listen, all we had to do was summon Chimera, Chaos Starsos, pop their field, just get rid of the cards on the field, because Mimigu engine, they can spam the board crazy, but they do kind of run out of resources quite quickly. So honestly, in terms of the grind game, we could stand a chance. Just destroy their resources. Don't allow them to keep the cards that helps them to, I guess the word, recycle, because mainly that is the field spell. But yeah, honestly, we managed to still keep playing even though both our Mirror Jades were gone. Okay, wasn't a train smash for us. And then we have Drago's Pelia, super poly target, but obviously it's Drago's Pelia, Renbrum, and Titanic Clad. Obviously, these are pretty standard. So yeah, guys, this is the deck list I played yesterday. Like I said, 4 rounds. First matchup was against, we went up against Infernoid. Player was playing 45 card build. That's one. Hand traps. Did I ever see hand traps that came up quite a bit? No. I would say I think Imperm came up, but Nibiru and Ash and Droll, those didn't come up. We went up against Fire King. Listen, Fire King. It's crazy how Fire King won a YCS and also the French Open. But listen, we went up against Fire King. Hand traps did come up there. Ash and Imperm mainly. We didn't see Droll, and we didn't see Nibiru was there, but I ended up not being able to use it because my opponent had a vault already, so Nibiru wasn't going to do anything. And yeah, less than 4 summons. It was just that sort of game. But yeah, we drew against the Fire Kings. Game number 3, I got hit with 3 Malchamis. Oh my word, 2 Malchamis in my turn, and then the next turn, the third Malchami dropped on us. But we ended up drawing that because we couldn't deal any damage or burn damage. We went up against Endymion. We ended up winning that because Masquerade helped us there. So, but yeah, the number of negates the Endymion player had was crazy. And then we went up against Kashtira Mimigu. Kashtira Mimigu was the main deck I was kind of worried about. Mimigu and the Kashtira engine as well. So yeah, I was in a situation where both my Mirror Jades were banished, but we still managed to play. Listen, Branded Fusion still there. We have a whole bunch of other fusions to go into. We ended up losing to Mimigu, unfortunately, because I couldn't deal enough damage there in the battle phase. So yeah, we ended up losing that. Went to game number 3. But yeah, honestly, with this build, very happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the hand traps, their performance. I'm not sure whether we should make space for more hand traps, maybe Veilers, and or also make more space for maybe more copies of this. But yeah, with Alliance Insight here, honestly, who knows? The meta is going to be kind of crazy. Regenesis is here. I'm not sure how Regenesis is going to do, but it will be fun to see whether the Regenesis archetype does do pretty well in the meta. But listen, next set, Justice Hunters. Listen, fusions are about to take over, guys. I'm telling you right now, fusions are the way to go. So yeah, guys, this was Decklist. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, anything you would like to say, please do comment down below. Like to hear your guys' opinions or anything you guys would like to share. But thank you for watching the video, guys. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.